This is my old stomping ground. The hills behind Banning. Banning lies between Redlands and Palm Springs off the Interstate 10. I guess for Southern California standards, you would consider it a small town. Where I'm from, Bishop, San Bernardino Mountains, Mount San Antonio, that goes up to 11,000 feet. And right behind me, you can't see it right now, would be Mount San Jacinto, which goes up to 2,800 feet. And over here, west, is San Bernardino, Riverside, LA, Orange County, in between the ocean. Up there to the north, San Bernardino Mountains, Northern California. San Bernardino Mountains and Mount San Antonio. This is called the Banning Pass or San Antonio Pass because it's like tall mountain ranges. And over here to your east is the desert. And not just the desert. On one side of those mountains to your left is the high desert, which lies between 2,000 to 5,000 feet. It is dry and warm most of the time, so it's still a desert. And then to the right is the low desert, which usually lies between sea level and below, maybe up to 1,000 feet. And it's the hottest, it's hotter because it's lower. That's where Palm Springs is. And you can't see it, but behind the hills right way over there is the Casino Morongo, big hotel tower. All this land down here in front of me, that's all open. I used to think that this was owned by maybe it was open to the public. But come to find out, being a amateur but aspiring professional photographer, I wanted to take pictures of it, sell the pictures, but I had to know if it was private property or not. So that I trespassing, I've seen people hike through here, and their horses through here, do all types of stuff. I don't know if that's right or not, legal or not, but they do it, they get away with it, because it's owned by an out-of-state bank and nobody really patrols this area. The sad part is, a lot of people will use this spot for illegal dumping. Right down there is a spot, big spot of illegal dumpers. Where I'm at, rock outcrop on the foothills of the Citizen Mountains here. When I lived in Banning, I used to just come up here and clear my head, pray, maybe talk with God. Right now I'm kind of some of them are lowlands. Those are mountains. 11,500 feet. In perspective, the Sierra Nevada near Bishop, my favorite place, goes up over 13,000 and 14,000 feet. So, yeah, 11,000 feet there. What they call Mount San Diego. I really miss this. Beautiful. By the way, it's really hot late fall. Probably in the mid 80s, upper 80s here right now, with a nice cool breeze coming from the ocean. The ocean's a little ways away, but it's still coming from that direction. It's still in constant ocean, what they call onshore or offshore flow, flow of air coming from the ocean, even this far in. What's interesting is that this flow of ocean air basically stops right here. That's why you see all this vegetation here, right? Here around Banning, you see a lot of vegetation, a lot of weeds and wild grass, and sage, and chaparrals, what they call it, some trees, all types of stuff, right? And then just over this ridge, just right there, it's all desert. It's mostly sand and rock and cacti and cactus. Okay, how does that happen? I mean, right here is the border, the environmental or geological or meteorological border between the chaparral-covered almost coastline of Southern California and then the deserts of California. Right there. It's very interesting. The fog will come right here from the ocean and stop. Once you get down that way, you're out of it. The marine layer, which is a bank of low clouds that come off the ocean, not smog, but actual low clouds, would come this far inland. We're a good 80 miles inland. It would come this far inland, just stop right there. As soon as you get to Palm Springs. In fact, it will snow here sometimes when it's cold enough, because this is at 2,400 feet, pretty high, Banning. It will snow here sometimes in the wintertime. Not a lot, just a little dusting, but it'll snow right here. And what's interesting is the snow line would be in the same spot, right there. Right there. You go from cold and snow to, relatively warm and possibly even clear skies. In seconds. There's just a border, like a wall holding in the cold air and moisture right here, and then you got the desert. I think that's very interesting. I'm a nerd though. I like weather and I like geography, so I think that's very interesting. Alright. That, as you can see, there's a dry creek in front of us. Dry almost all year. Which is the story of most of Southern California. Almost every winter, dry or just seasonal. There's a few exceptions, but mostly that's the way it is. And water, getting lower, even after the great winter we had. Still some aquifers filled. I just talked to one guy who owns a ranch near Hammond, and he had no more water. Now last winter, I didn't come up this way, but I went through East County, San Diego, and it was all green because of all the rains and snow we had, and the big winter we had last year. All green, not brown like this, or yellow. So, it can be really awesome out here. I mean, I think it's awesome. I love this geography. I love the countryside. But, it can be prettier. It can be green out here. With even colorful wildflowers and grass once in a while. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Up there, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but you can see the tops of, in fact, those aren't the San Bernardino Mountains. Those are the San Gabriel Mountains that you're looking at. forever. You would see probably down to the LA area if it wasn't for, geography and science and stuff. I love it up here. It's nice and quiet. Hear the birds, the wind rustling the leaves. I would love to have a car that I can come up here more often. A friend of mine let me borrow his car. He didn't know I was coming this far. As long as I take care of it, put the gas in it. That was really nice. I rent cars when I have the money. But as soon as I get one, I'll be coming up to places like this more often. Maybe even closer to San Diego. I still got to explore the East County. And just so you know, this is the Friday after Thanksgiving. Look at that, right? Right there. It's going to be all the way down to contrast 3 hours. It should only take an hour and a half from here. It'll take me 3 hours to drive ahead of me. Okay, let me see. I'm standing on these rocks. Fact here.